Good evening and welcome to Poland Daily. I'm Konrad Gorlinski. Poland's ruling party, Prawo i Sprawiedliwość, or Law and Justice, met at a congress in Warsaw to elect a new chairman and reform the party's structure, all before the general election scheduled for 2023. Predictably, Jarosław Kaczyński has been reelected. However, he declared that this will be his last term as party leader. The Law and Justice Congress was delayed by a year due to the coronavirus pandemic. With the infections down to low digits and economy booming, Jarosław Kaczyński proclaimed success of the policies introduced after the 2015 elections. He said that the ambitious program implemented by the party improved the living conditions of the underprivileged and boosted the situation of many Polish families. Speaking about the social program, Kaczyński said that Poland had managed to extricate itself from the middle development trap and described the party's social programs, including 500-plus child benefit, as a great achievement. We offered assistance to the poor and the disabled. We were offering aid everywhere where it was needed.
Być może nawet wielu spośród Państwa nie bardzo zdaje sobie z tego sprawę. Myśmy w ciągu ostatnich kilku lat
Maybe even in this room, a few people realize that. We spoke about it in our meetings, but it must be stated clearly. During the last 6 years, we managed to achieve something that is rarely mentioned. We broke free from the middle income trap. We've avoided the so-called Portugalization. And it is not just us who say this. We can read it in works of many renowned economists, mostly those who are not necessarily favorable to us. Quantity of our exports, its structure, value added, that is second only to Germany's. All these factors point to the conclusion that we're past this important threshold.
Bardzo ważny próg.
As a measure to fight nepotism, the ruling party also decided that close family of politicians will be banned from sitting on the supervisory boards of state treasury companies. Former European Council President Donald Tusk returned to the fore of Polish politics on Saturday, becoming leader of the main opposition party in a move that many members hope can revive its sagging fortunes. The announcement of Tusk's return came after talks held behind closed doors between the new leader, his predecessor Borys Budka, and Warsaw Mayor Rafał Trzaskowski, who had also been tipped for the leadership. One of Poland's most successful politicians and a PO co-founder, the 64-year-old Tusk served as prime minister from 2007 to 2014. After leaving Polish politics, he became president of the European Council before becoming head of the European People's Party, the largest bloc in the European Parliament. Today, evil rules in Poland, and we are going to fight this evil, he told the Civic Platform National Committee. President Kaczyński and PiS comrades should apologize today. They have robbed us of our security, and Poland is alone as it has never been in decades. PiS implements Russia's agenda 100% of the time. I get furious when I hear about what they do, because the evil that PiS does is so evident, shameless, and permanent. On his return to Polish politics, Tusk will still have to confront this problem as the party, which some analysts say has struggled to define its agenda and connect with voters beyond its core middle-class urban electorate, languishes around record lows in the polls. The returning politician regards Law and Justice's Jarosław Kaczyński as a reactionary nationalist with an inward-looking political philosophy that is detrimental to Poland. In turn, Kaczyński views his old foe as a self-serving politician whose loyalties lie with the EU elite rather than Poland's interests. Elections scheduled for 2023 will determine if the governing nationalist Law and Justice PiS party will continue its rows with Brussels over issues including judicial reforms that the EU says undermine the independence of judges and LGBT rights. And Poland recorded 107 new confirmed coronavirus cases and 18 deaths over the past 24 hours. That's against 96 cases reported on Friday, data released by the Ministry of Health shows. The healthcare system is now handling 616 COVID-19 hospitalizations, down from 690 recorded the day prior, including 91 patients on ventilators, against a total of 719 ventilators available. The Health Ministry also reported that 91,819 people are under quarantine. So far, 2,652,072 people have recovered. In all, Poland has already distributed 29,791,445 doses of COVID-19 vaccines, with 13,716,258 people having been fully vaccinated. Over the next few days, to the country will arrive up to 1.5 million Pfizer-BioNTech vaccines, 470,000 Johnson & Johnson vaccines, and 222,000 Moderna vaccines. COVID vaccinations began in Poland on December 27th. Poland's Purchasing Managers Index, or PMI, rose to 59.4 points in June 2021. That's up from 57.2 points in the previous month, reported economic research company IHS Markit. Poland's PMI was at a record high for the second month in a row in June, Markit observed. New orders increased at the fastest pace in the history of the research, translating into growing production, employment, and purchasing activity. Inflation pressure and delays in the deliveries of components to Polish factories were at unprecedented levels. Poland's seasonally adjusted unemployment rate dropped to 3.8% in May 2021, down from 3.9% in the previous month, reported Eurostat, the EU's statistical office. In May, the unemployment rate in the Eurozone countries, according to seasonally adjusted data, was 7.9%. In Poland, the number of unemployed people registered at labor offices stood at 650,000 in May, against 676,000 in April, Eurostat said. Thanks for tuning in this evening, and have a wonderful Saturday night.